Hey everyone, installing the Poco system today. That's the Lumitec light system. I just want to kind of give you a quick rundown of everything. It hasn't been too hard to install, it's been fairly easy. But I got my light here, let's go down and I'll show you how it all works. So right here, if you look at the Poco system, I have it installed on the wall. Set this down right here. And you got the red wire, which is going to be your power wires coming out of here. You got your orange wire, which is the communication wire, and that's going to the light. So it sends power, but it also communicates, so it'll talk to your chart plotter and your phone. So the Poco system here, what it does is it comes down and you have to get the appropriate fuse depending on how many lights you got, but you plug in each one to there. You got your negative, one negative that you run to there. And then you got your Ethernet that goes to your chart plotter. Now each of these will control. Now the underwater lights are so powerful you have to run them directly to the fuse panel. And there's an extra wire on the underwater lights, an extra orange wire back there that you have to run up to here and plug in. So you don't, underwater lights work a little bit different than the normal lights. The other lights just have two wires going to them. And so basically the only thing you do is just run it down, the Poco down to this, plug this into this. This will be running off my lithium battery setup. So the reason I'm doing that is because if I'm out and about and I don't want the boat to die from running my stereo too much. So I'll have a different setup, probably AGM eventually. Right now it's just lead acid. And what I'll do with that is have it where it's all separated from this system. So if I run my radio too long or run my underwater lights too long, it's not going to kill my whole boat. Now I am going to have a Victron DC to DC converter that I'm going to install, and what that'll do is that'll make where it'll charge up this battery also with my alternator. And I'm doing a non-isolated one, which that means I'll have a common ground, because some of my components in here are already ran to a ground, and that'll just save me from having to run all new wires. So lithium battery in here, DC fuse panel, Poco system for the Lumitec. Let me show you up here. So right here I got my underwater light switches, my spreader lights, that spare. I'll probably do some front lights up front. Under here in the switch panel, basically what you got, let me turn this light around. Basically what you got is you got your red wires. I took those off the fuse panel that was going to the lead acid system, and I'll run new wires back there to the DC fuse panel so I can have it on my lithium setup. Now these black wires is the negatives for the switch. These two orange wires are going to the underwater lights directly, that's the positive, and the green is running to the underwater lights. I don't know why they ran it green, but it's green, and that's also my positive for my spreader lights. I'm sorry, not underwater lights. And then so this gray is a spare wire that I can use also. So I have to run these over to there, and that way I can get power off my lithium. And just kind of show you these lights. So I got one installed, and I got one more to do. I'm not trying to jump the camera around too much here, but this is what came in here in the boat originally, and it's just got it on and off. That's all it is to it. I'm putting these Lumitec LED touch dome lights in, and they actually do red or white. They make a blue or white. I got the red and white so I can keep night vision if I want. And I have one installed here, and basically the way they work is you just touch. There's a touch point here, a touch point there. It does on and off. It also will switch to red, it'll dim, get brighter, you can see it dimming. Switches over to red, on and off, turn it back on. There we go. Get it bright again, there we go. Alright, so those are touch. I can also use it for my chart plotter, and like I said, my phone, because it might be easier to control sometimes, but it's pretty easy just to walk up there and touch it, of course. Now to kind of compare, I don't know if these are all the way bright or not. Let's cut it off. I might have had it dim. There we go. I don't know if you can see the difference. It's not nighttime right now, but this light at night is way better than this light over here. This light right here is really bright. It covers this whole section. I can see a lot better. I couldn't see really good before. This light right here is kind of a icy white, I guess you would say. It's more of a harsh white. This is more, in my opinion, like a soft yellow at night. To me, it looks a lot better. It's a lot more comfortable on your eyes, and it's a lot better. Now back here, you got the spreader lights. I sent these to Defiance, and they installed them for me. I got my cover on because it's wet right now, but there's the Lumitec surface mount spreader lights. And I believe that's about it. So I like these a lot better so far. To me, they've been a whole lot better. Once I get my spreader lights hooked up over to the lithium setup, get my front light set up to the lithium setup, and my underwater light set up to the lithium, I think it's all going to be better. It just makes me a lot more comfortable not having all this hooked up to my main motor battery. Anyway, I'll show you some more once I get everything hooked up. It's just kind of a quick update.